Whenever you come across this reading, you knew how they felt about you all along. All right. Now, it's interesting, though, where we had some cards fall out after we already had our tarot spread. Now, you could be any zodiac sign. You telepathically knew that someone felt that you were the fool or the wrong one in a situation. Now, you are getting a second chance at justice, okay? Second chance and then justice over here, or more redemption, because what I'm hearing is redemption. And put some respect on my name, okay? Where we have showing proof, validation, finding the truth, telepathy, gossip, spreading rumors, petty conversations, smearing your image and making you the fool. Your telepathy was correct. Someone felt as if you were the fool, maybe even to the point of talking to other people about you being the fool in a situation. You're getting redemption right now, all right? It's interesting, and I do have to grab the past life oracle deck for this one because we have past life here. Now, and that's for those of you who believe in past lives. Now, they are real, but you may not apply it to your life, and that's okay too. We have past life, avoiding, blocking, pushing away, hiding, resentment, bitterness. Someone has bitterness when it comes to you, and it may be from a past life. All right, we're going to grab some extra oracle cards over here. Now, again, you could be any zodiac sign. The reading is general and timeless, so just take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't for the next person. If you would like a personal tarot reading, a private one-on-one session with me, Akashic Records, anything else, check out the box below. We do have both Reclaiming Your Ancient Self and Master Key, our upcoming workshop and mastermind, so feel free to join using the box below as well. All right, what do we have today for the collective? Why do we have finding the truth, telepathy, making you the fool? Why do we have resentment, anger, avoiding, blocking, and past life? Now, Greece or Rome can resonate with you. Why do we have past life, resentment, anger, avoiding, blocking, pushing away? What's this past life with Greece, Rome? What's this past life with Greece and Rome? Someone may got you all wrong over here. Somebody, their words, nothing hides. There's also, and I'm forgetting exactly which one that is called, but a universal law where nothing hides. We see, we hear everything. There's orphan, food and hunger over here. Greece, Rome. You have second chance, and then you have justice over here. So you're getting some sort of justice because someone got you the entire wrong way, and your intuition was right. Somebody was very wrong about you in a situation. Why do we have past life, orphan, food and hunger, Greece, Rome? Heartstrings, stringing along, turmoil, trouble, unexpected, and then reflection over here. It's interesting. It says get pregnant, entrapment, playing with feelings, stringing along. Is there children involved in this situation is what I'm wondering as well. Is someone talking about kids? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Someone's got you the wrong way over here. But this might have to do with children. This has to do with the past life. Someone is also smearing your image, but here's the thing, like defamation in every time, space, and dimension is being blasted away, okay? Now, for some of you, is this a situation of someone talking about your relationship with your kids? It could be, or maybe, whatever resonates with you. You're getting redemption over here. Oh my gosh. What do we have for the collective on finding the truth, telepathy, making you the fool, and spreading rumors? Why 5 of Pentacles for finding the truth, telepathy, making you the fool, spreading rumors? Why 5 of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups here? What's the outcome of finding the truth, telepathy, smearing your image, making you the fool? Judgment. Why the 5 of Pentacles for finding the truth, telepathy, making you the fool? Why 5 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords for telepathy, finding the truth, making you the fool? Why Queen of Cups for telepathy, finding the truth, and making you the fool? This could do with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You could also be either sign. What do we have over here for finding the truth, telepathy, gossip, making you the fool, of King of Swords and the Queen of Cups? Why Queen of Swords, why King of Swords rather, and the Queen of Cups for telepathy, making you the fool? Why Judgment card for the outcome of telepathy, finding the truth, and making you the fool? Why Judgment card and the Tower card for finding the truth, telepathy, and making you the fool? Why do we have the Tower card, Judgment card, Knight of Cups in reverse for telepathy, finding the truth, making you the fool? Fool me once, shame on you. But here's the thing, the shame is going on the person over here. You have redemption. Somebody judged you way too quickly. Now, for some of you, though, this has to do with your kids. That's where it's like, whoa, we don't talk about kids around here. Like, whoa. 10 of Cups over here, family card. Yeah. It was sideways like this. This is the family card. We don't do none of that around here, partner. Like, is what they, are any of you from the South? We don't do none of that around here. 10 of Cups. Ooh, somebody was talking about kids. And the key thing here is it was wrong. Ooh. There's a Tower card, but when it comes to this person, you have Ace of Cups here, full of love. Something was blocked and denied, where it's almost as if someone wanted to call judgment upon you, but something of having to do with kids. Where they're making you the fool. All right, let's dive into this. And keyword, they truly try to make you a fool. You could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Say, for example, someone has previous resentment. What I'm also seeing is, say somebody, Page of Swords over here. I'll give an example. Say somebody went through, I don't know, say your kids don't sit at the dinner table to eat dinner. And say you, in your household, you don't sit at the dinner table. There's somebody here that's a bad dad. That's a bad mom. Watch your mouth on a multidimensional level. Oh my gosh. Now I will say you're protected over here. Why the 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and the 3 of Cups for finding the truth, telepathy, and making you the fool? High Priestess. Again, telepathy, where you can't see it, Now, for some of you, this truly has to do with children here, or family in some way, shape, or form. Why Two of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups for making you the fool, finding the truth, telepathy? Why Two of Swords, Five of Pentacles? And why Two of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups for making you the fool? This is babies over here, right? With the parent. This really probably has to do with children here. Someone judged you very quickly, but having to do with children. And I will say, though, it's kind of disgusting. They were spreading rumors, having petty conversations, gossiping about you, though, as a parent, where it's like, whoa, this is not cool. Not cool at all. Page of Swords, Nine of Swords, watch your mouth. And that's what this is here. Page of Swords is thinking before you speak. The Nine of Swords over here. For some of you, someone may have also judged a situation. You could also have been a parent that was vulnerable and someone like took that situation and tried to turn it into something else. You may have been, a parent, say, going through a hard time. Or you're just different, right? Where like, say, somebody else comes from a family of like, no, we're traditional values. You have to sit at the table, this and that. Say you made your kid a peanut butter jelly, I don't know, for dinner, right? Everybody's different. They took that and they try to like twist it and reverse it. Why do we have the King of Swords here? Why the King of Swords for gossip, finding the truth, telepathy? Why the Queen of Cups for gossip, telling the truth, telepathy? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But then there's a betrayal to a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Why do we have the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Swords for gossip, finding the truth, telepathy? Why King of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles for gossip, finding the truth, telepathy? Now it could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. They spoke way too quickly, thought too quickly. There's something here about watch your mouth. Justice card here. You're getting redemption of watch your mouth. Why King of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords here for gossip, telepathy, finding the truth? This person got it wrong. Seven of Cups represents illusions or many options. Why the Queen of Cups, Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles for gossip, telepathy, finding the truth? There's a shift in perspective. It's about joy and happiness. Where it's interesting here, this Queen of Cups is like being betrayed. It could be like, say, a maternal figure. It could also be, male, female, they, however you identify. But somebody tried to like call some sort of judgment. They judged way too quickly. Some sort of parenting or family dynamic. But it feels like this family or parent was either very different, so they live very differently, or say they don't have as much as someone else, but look how happy their kids are with them. Look, joy. There's a difference in values, and that's what's showing up here. Why do we have Queen of Cups, Ten of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man for gossip, telepathy, finding the truth? Why the Hangman and the Wheel of Fortune for gossip, telepathy, finding the truth. This parent is protected. Aries, Leo, Sag here. This parent is protected. Somebody greatly judged a parent or a family here. But key word, the children are happy and good and healthy. I've seen rich people have it all, and their kids still have a bunch of trauma because there was no heart, there was no love. It doesn't matter how much money you have. What matters at the end of the day is the love that's given. And as a parent, you being a good parent is not necessarily defined by what it is that you have. It's about how happy and healthy your children are. So it's interesting here that I do see a parent that had, now again, for some of you, it seems like there was a financial hit that maybe a family could have taken, or a parent. Their kids are good and they're good. So watch your mouth, is what this reading is actually saying. Somebody, and it looks like a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, to their mouth. Watch your mouth. The Hangman, the Wheel of Fortune here. But it's interesting that this parent is getting now a Seven of Pentacles. There's a shift in perspective. Where don't judge anyone, never mind a parent, don't judge anyone based off of their cycles. You can have a little, you can have a lot, and it could really change the next day. But ultimately what matters is the love in a relationship, or in a home, or in between a parent and a child. Somebody tried to call judgment upon a family, upon a parent. But the Tower card brought them money, wealth, and prosperity, not this person's requests. Why the Hangman, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Pentacles here to clarify this Queen of Cups for spreading rumors, telepathy. This clears out. This parent and this family is protected. Page of Pentacles here. Why do we have the Tower card and Judgment for the outcome of gossip, telepathy, finding the truth? This whole family is protected. This is a very holy family, the Hierophant over here. Yeah, somebody, they learned a lesson of watch your mouth. But also of a judgment here. This family was very protected. Mind your own family, or say mind your own business, but it's like someone wanted to show fake concern of, oh my gosh, are they okay? Oh my gosh, oh my God, that mom, that father, that whatever, they're eating peanut butter and jelly. Are they okay? They're fucking happy with that peanut butter jelly sandwich. And I've seen families in penthouses depressed. I don't know why the Kardashians come up. Where, the Kardashians, those sisters sleep with each other's sisters. You know. You could have that. A lot of people would rather have the peanut butter jelly than the Kardashians were and I'm not saying anything bad about them either. I'm actually not one of those people, but I mean, the sisters, they sleep with each other, there's, you could have it all. And then there's still other things to worry about. At least we're not dealing with that kind of stuff, right? Double-sided mirror, devil's advocate, right? You could have it all. And then look at that. I'm just using it as an example. Again, no judgment, but you could have millions and millions and billions and your family effing around with each other, I'll take my peanut butter sandwich over that. Why Knight of Cups in reverse with the Ace of Cups for gossip, telepathy, finding the truth? Why Knight of Cups in reverse, Ace of Cups and the Five of Wands for gossip, telepathy, and finding the truth. Someone tried to call judgment upon a family or upon a parent and access denied. Why Five of Wands and the Nine of Cups over here for gossip, telepathy, finding the truth? And then why the Chariot card for gossip, telepathy, finding the truth? Aries, Leo, Sag. Chariot card. Why Judgment card for gossip, telepathy, finding the truth? Rejection. Why the Tower card for gossip, telepathy, finding the truth? Confirmation. This person had their own trauma. They have an inner child wound. Eight of Swords that's blocking them. So this is the kind of situation where, like, this person, though, they're healing their own inner child, or say mother, father wounds. And this person is a very judgmental person from a place of they have their own trauma. This person, you know, when, how do I word this? You know, when you haven't quite healed from something yet and you just want to like call it all out, right? It's like whenever I see it or something like it, I want to call it out. Tranquilo, you know, where this person seeing through the lens of their own trauma. And they tried bringing conflict to a family here. I'm going to grab from this deck. Now, what is the outcome of Judgment and the Tower card for making you the fool, telepathy, finding the truth? Why do we have the Tower card and Judgment for the outcome of making you the fool, telepathy, finding the truth? This was Devil card energy. And it says materialism, where somebody might, you know, they have their own trauma. Now, for some of you, they may not be a parent, where when you become a parent, things change. You know, everyone's like, I'm going to be this parent, I'm going to be that parent. And then it happens. And then everything you said, you know, and that's for the actual parents watching me. Everybody knows we have all these plans. We're going to be this kind of parent. And then you become a parent and it all flows out the window. Or all of a sudden your kid is that kid that bumped their head on the slide. And you're the mom or the dad that's like, they're okay. They're going to bump their heads a few times in life. And then people who are not parents especially, but could also be people with trauma. Oh my God, how could they just let them fall and not even react? Until you are a mother. Until you are a father. You know, there is a poem by someone named Rupi Kaur, For the Love of a Mother. Or again, for the love of a father. Until you are a mother. Until you are a father. You know, and then for some of that are mothers and fathers, you know, with like say a trauma, whatever, judgments, you know, until whatever. Then you'll understand. Why do we have the Judgment card and Tower card for Eight of Wands and the Devil for making you the fool, telepathy, finding the truth? Access denied, divided loyalties. Four of Cups. It says regret over here, preoccupation with negative things. This is someone who, I almost want to say they got some light issues. Okay? Like, I almost want to say that. Divided loyalties, Two of Swords. Something is being cut out over here. Facing your fears, divided loyalties. Where it's the other person that's learning a lesson here. Again, divided loyalties, shared values, where, how do I word this? I'm going to grab one more card. What do we have for? Yeah, no, we'll say, oh, okay. It's coming out very clear now. Let's go. where, I don't really even do readings like this on this channel, but this has a lot to do with everything with children and mothers and fathers. Put some respect on that mother, father, family name. Seven of Wands. They're very protected, and somebody is in like some sort of karmic trouble here for coming after a divine mother, a divine father, a holy family. There's a shift in perspective, the hangman from this person. You are protected, and you have a happy family. Where I'll also give this example, because for some reason it's coming up, somebody may need to hear it. An ancient family, right? Like an indigenous family. In shamanic and Native American tribes, children are involved in ceremonies. I've seen tobacco cleansings of indigenous tribes, especially in Ecuador and Peru, etc. Who are you to tell someone in Peru or Ecuador that that's whatever, bad or this or that? Who are you to tell someone that their child is not supposed to be in a indigenous ceremony? As soon as I say that, my aunt is calling me. So this definitely has to do with family. I'm going to call her back. Because you're standing up for what you believe in. So say, for example, someone believes that everything should be picture perfect and we should, the American dream. Now, for some of you, someone's projecting the American dream upon you. The American dream ain't my dream. Or the American dream is not your dream. The American dream is not everybody's dream. Not everybody is from America or wants the American dream. Not everybody wants the dog with the white picket fence and running around. Some people don't care about what it looks like as long as the family is happy and healthy and in soul alignment. There are indigenous tribes that's their truth. Is my child in soul alignment, soul destiny, whatever it may be? You're getting redemption here, second chance and justice, where there's something along the lines of, how do I word this? Your values, your expectations, your whatever, your judgments for you and your household and your kids, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Over here, Seven of Wands, the Ten of Cups. For those of you who, now someone tried to persecute you and it didn't work. Access denied, intention rejected. This divine mother, this divine father, this holy family is very, very protected. And I will say, this family is actually in God's will. It says standing up for what you believe in. And then 10 of Cups over here. Somebody believes indifferently. No. I see a happy family in this reading. Now, what is the advice for the collective? Interesting reading today, collective. What is the advice for making you the fool, telepathy, finding the truth? As far as advice goes, we do have the Fool card here, and it says innocence, where you're maybe a little bit different kind of parent than they expected. Your family operates differently, but you are innocent. Why the Fool card here for advice of making... You're about to get paid for this, okay? You are about to get paid for this. You are alchemizing this. Your family, if this resonates with you, when I tell you, you are protected and your family is protected. They tried to project these ill intentions, this negativity onto you. Keyword, projections. They tried to project upon you, but upon your children for some of you. Now there's a song coming through. It's a gospel song. It's called it's by Jacqueline Carr. It's called You Will Win. The enemy came up against your children. Go look up the song You Will Win by Jacqueline Carr. The enemy came up against your children. You will win because you're innocent. And they were so wrong about you. 9 of Wands, you're going to keep going. 4 of Wands, keyword, the first two words, keywords, happy, family. All right, these divine parents, this divine parent, divine child, and family is a holy family, and they're very protected. That's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates in a positive way. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings to your day.